Summertime means beaches, barbecues, fizzy drinks, and sweet sunny days. But for many First Nations, it also means Treaty Days. It's a time to celebrate First Nation treaties signed with Canada, a time to reflect on our relationship. Also, we get $5 a year. That's right, because one of my great ancestors was part of a nation that signed a treaty. I get a sweet fin every single year. Allow me to explain. Treaties are constitutionally recognized agreements that set out the terms and conditions of the relationship between the Crown and First Nations so that settlers may coexist with Indigenous peoples in sharing this land. In other words, the government made a bunch of promises to some First Nations in exchange for lands and resources. There are historic treaties, modern-day treaties, peace and friendship treaties, and the number treaties 1 through 11 signed between 1871 and 1921. That's where the $5 comes in. The number treaties cover Northern Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and parts of the Yukon, Northwest Territories, and British Columbia. First Nations gave up large areas of land, though many nations stress that the land was to be shared. And in exchange were provided things like reserve lands, farm equipment and animals, guns and ammunition, rights to hunt and fish, and, you guessed it, $5 a year. Though sometimes it was $25 for the chief, plus a new suit every 3 years. Even. Treaty money is collected in person during Treaty Days. The timing of Treaty Days varies in every community, but generally happens in the summer. You walk up to an employee of the Department of Indigenous Affairs who refers to the big book of treaty names, not the official name. Your name is checked off and a crisp new $5 bill is handed to an RCMP member dressed in formal red serge. The RCMP officer then passes the money to you and shakes your hand. It's all very official-like. Way back in the day, $5 could go a long way. It could get you a whole lot of groceries and supplies. These days, though, you might get a cup of coffee and a bus ride. These days, the annuity payment is mostly symbolic. It reminds us of the relationship between Canada and First Peoples. A reminder that our history is a shared one, and that without treaties, there would be no Canada. So here's to the treaties. May you spend your $5 wisely.